Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 3rd of August, comes to you from Cowes in the Isle of Wight. I'm here for Cowes Week, although it's too windy for racing today, so no sailing. So we look at the dollar index first, and we see here the dollar is just coming off the bottom here a little bit. It's flat, but we are still very bearish now on the medium and long-term charts. Interestingly, the dollar is on this support level. If we look here at the chart, you see there is a support level just around this 92 area, and so we are just testing this level. So it'll be interesting to see whether the dollar can hold that. This is a weekly chart, of course. Any sustained period through that would be bearish for the chart. Taking a look at the euro, we're seeing that strength continuing, not quite as flat as the dollar in reverse. So euro is just strong against all currencies really, negating quite a few downside targets here. So it's interesting just to see that we've got these longer term targets still hanging over us. So it would be interesting to see whether we can recover at this point. But it's looking pretty bullish, the euro generally. So that's quite key. Japanese yen, dollar just recovering here slightly, so we are just seeing that coming through the cloud just on the short-term chart, and sterling actually looking pretty strong as well in the 132 area, effectively breaking out here. So again, this is just quite key. Seeing this break above this level is quite strong. Looking at sterling. Euro sterling, we're seeing here lots of downside targets. So while sterling looks stronger against the dollar, it's still looking pretty weak against the euro. And it has had a good run against the Swiss franc, but again, we're just starting to see that flattening. Against the Australian dollar, again, strong here too. So sterling has had a good week or so. Looking at the S&P 500 index, looking flat, still bullish above the cloud on all three time frames. Nasdaq recovering quite well yesterday on Apple, so we are just seeing the Nasdaq holding its ground, and the Dow Jones looking very strong. Apple, a constituent there, of course. So Russell 2000 is looking slightly bearish, so the breadth of the market is a little bit worrying. The S&P future down slightly, and the Nasdaq E-mini down slightly, so we might just see the US market open lower today. FTSE is down. We're bearish short term here below the cloud, and the FTSE 250 very little change today, but looking fairly flat there, but still bullish on all three time frames. The DAX continues to fall, testing new lows again this morning, so the German market looking very worrying on that stronger euro. The Nikkei also we're seeing here just mixed at the moment. Hang Seng is still strong, bullish on all three time frames. Shanghai holding its strength as well, and the Sensex down 0.5%, but still looking pretty good on all three time frames. The Aussie market really a very mixed picture here, just bearish mostly below the cloud. Brent crude falling away here. We're sort of just now maybe reaching a high point here, so we're just seeing that coming back below the cloud, and WTI as well, and remembering this is the time of year when prices normally fall. US nat gas, not much change, sitting at 282. Copper coming back a little bit and just turning bearish below the cloud. If we look at something like cocoa up very strongly, coffee up strongly. We're seeing quite big moves here in softs, so coffee looking strong on medium and short term, as is cocoa. But if we look at some of the other grains like wheat, still bearish. Soybeans looking very bearish in that short term chart, making new lows. Corn also testing the bottom as well. Gold is just turning bearish in the short term and has been looking pretty good on the medium and long term charts, but now just turning bearish, so quite a mixed picture here for gold. We still do have this upside target of 1298 to play for, but a new medium term downside target. And we see on the long term chart upside targets and downside targets, but the trend is still up. Looking at silver, that's looking worse, and on the long term chart here the trend is actually down. Taking a look at US Treasury yields, just sitting at 2.27%, bearish on the short term. Apple bounced yesterday on those strong results, moving to a new high. Google also still just looking bearish after its disappointing results last week. So Google not looking as good. Amazon also just falling away. Facebook holding on. So it's Google and Amazon that are worry. Apple and Facebook looking strong. Microsoft just falling away a bit here too. So not all tech looking good at the moment, but the big boys are actually what is carrying the market mostly. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.